Hello, and welcome back to MTG Arena here. We're going to get started on something. Oh, so there is something that everyone should check out, and it's if you actually go to a any event or get any kind of boosters from the Guilds of Ravnica new box, um, the new set. There is on every single of the token cards. There's going to be a code that we can go into MTG Arena and then redeem it. So if you go to store here and then you just play redeem code, I believe every single code is going to be play Ravnica, and then it's redeemable once per account. And what you get is I think so. I've already redeemed mine, and that's why I can't do that anymore. And you'll get a few packs of core set, or no, you get 3 packs of Guilds of Ravnica, and then you also get, I think that's it though. And then also there is a deal that was going on for a buy-in once. So it's going to be $4.99 for a for 2,500 gems here, and also 6 packs of core set, and that's really a good deal. Just because most of these, look at this, 750 gems for $5 for the same price, but you get 2,500 instead. It's one time only, but it's the gems you'll be able to keep on your account because you purchased it with money, and that's really great. So if they ever happen to have a wipe again, in the near future, even though they say this is the last wipe, you will be able to keep it on your account. Anyway, so let's open up some packs and let's see how these come out. Alright, so we got some core 2019 here. Some good favorite chaplains going to be, open the graves. Oh, we already got plenty of those, so let's go open the next pack here. Okay, Regal Bloodlord. We can make the black-white deck, life gain just around that. Liliana, Touched by Death. If we can make a zombie deck, then we can just that mono back aggro, the zombie aggro, might be pretty good. It's still, even with all the top cards that have been rotated out of standard. Great card right there. Just 5-drop 10/10, hard to deal with. They have to have a permanent removal spell. They cannot use a burn or anything like that. A card that we're looking for in the red-white deck. Heroic Reinforcements. That's gonna be real good. Sun Cleanser is not really great right now. It's only from target creature. I wish it could have been just target permanent instead, and then it'd have been a great card. Just take out a Planeswalker. Just 2 mana, take out Planeswalker. Jeez, Evictus is very nice, very nice. Perhaps I'll make a Dragon Deck of Baron that at some point. The only problem with this wipe is that we're going to have not very many Ixalan cards and Rivals of Ixalan cards, and so we're going to have to spend a lot of our currency, our wild cards, to get them as we open core set and Guilds of Ravnica sets. So Reliquary Tower. Amulet Safekeeping. If there's that burn deck, this will be good, against all those Jeskai burn decks and stuff like that. Okay, another rare. Patient Rebuilding, really great in control, and gets to mill. It's just another plan to mill. We have 3 mill cards in standard right now, so we'll get around to that. Alright, let's open the pack. It's gonna be Guilds of Ravnica and some Guild Gates. Hexproof Convoke, pretty nice. And Vraska Golgari Queen, so yet another Planeswalker, that's really good. Inspiring Unicorn. Divine Visitation, that's our 3rd copy. Or was it second copy? I think it's our 2nd copy. We can just go ahead and put that into that blue-white life gain deck. Just spit out those tokens. Dragonaut's really, really nice. And I'm not too much of a fan of Legion. Alright, so what I am going to bring in today is going to be the Guilds of Ravnica Sealed. So we've got 2,500 gems here, and we can go to the Guilds of Ravnica Sealed, 6 packs of it, and then we just pay for 2,000 gems. That's it. So as we win, we'll get if we win only if we don't win anything at all, we just get 3 losses immediately. We still get 3 packs and 200 gems. So 10%, at least 10% recuperation. But next pack is going to be if we get just at least 1 win, 400 gems, 600 gems for 2, 1,200 for 3, so 1,400 for 4, and 1,500, 1,600 for 5. So if we hit 6 wins, we'll get exactly what we made back. And so we'll be aiming for that. And if we don't, then that's alright, and we still get some pretty good value out of this. We get 3 packs at least, along with the 6 packs of that Guilds Ravnica from the Sealed. And so we will open these up and let's see how it goes. So yes, okay, open these up. So I think this will what I've seen. So these are the 6. Ooh, very nice. Assassin's Trophy, Doom Whisperer, really great card. A lot of cards in the blue-black, and then Assassin's Trophy wants to go the Golgari route, and we do have the red spells deck, blue-red spells deck. That's gonna be keep going. Okay, so let's go get into our pool. Okay, so we saw the blue-black deck. Let's just start looking at those right here. Let's see. So I do want to get those rares going. So this is just great. You know, it's still a 3/5 body, and whenever it does damage, does 3 damage. So great. And even though if it shuffles back into our library, then we can still go and exile one of their creatures. So that's really great. Connive, it's alright. It's a lot less powerful than I think, but the Concoct part is just Rise from the Grave, and that's fine as a 5-mana spell. Especially with the Surveil 3. So I'll just start with that. That looks to be the strongest part right now. Whisper Agent, 3 mana flash 3/2. That's alright. Has that kind of thing. The Surveil part of it. Status is alright. We're able to cast it if we have black, so we can splash this if we want to. Just because the target creature +1/+1 in Death Touch is really relevant. Just kill it as a big creature that we don't want. 2 Dimir Gilgates. Wait, hold on. What? That's really so that was really weird. Anyway, so okay, it's different art. See, that's not really a fan of the 2 different arts, because I mean, I'm a fan of different arts, but I don't know. Anyways, let's keep building. Veilchade's alright. Mephitic Vapor is great against tokens. Deadly Visit, strong card right there. Deadweight, great for removal. Burglar Rat, that's alright. Great removal here in the Severed Strands. That is alright. Price of Fame is great. Let's look at the blue. Burial Bones, I think it's a little bit underrated, so I'm going to play that as well. This is alright. If we're facing a Boros deck, we can side this in, or, well, we can't really side this in inside the seal. It's not a competitive sealed. But what we can, because if we're facing a Boros deck, most of them are going to be soldiers. So you say, alright, select soldiers, and then just bounce all of them, and then get in for damage. Great, another removal here, and then we can also just play the Watch and the Mist. It's great. Kind of synergistic theme-wise against with the Wall of Mist, Watch on the Mist. Surveil 2 with that. Not very many great colored cards though that pays off. This is great here. Passive Wall Adept, 1/3 target creature can't be blocked. but there's not much else going on for us inside these colors. And so what it actually, so it looks like the sealed, once we pick our colors, it's going to automatically select, let's see, 17 lands. So that's what it thinks the appropriate number of lands is. We don't have, I mean, aside from our rares, that's going to be the bombs that we need. So if we send this Doom Whisper and it gets killed, it gets destroyed, or they can somehow deal with it, then we don't really have much of a finisher. Minus his Passwall Adept with the rest of our creatures, but we don't have very many creatures. Let's see here, 12 creature cards, 6 non-creatures, and we can see if we can scrounge up just a few more, I guess. Exit out of it. I don't really like Leapfrog because we don't have plenty of spells. We have this one sorcery, enchantments, and we would prefer to use our removal spells at instant speed instead of. So I mean, we might just have to play Leapfrog just to kill something. If not, this fly, it's alright. We can just recur it. Doesn't even give us that many more creatures inside these, inside the blue and black. That's literally it. We can, that literally is all of our creatures inside of those colors. 15 creatures, and we have to play something else. And I guess we just play that second dead weight, play the status, and keep it from there. So we could splash the green here because the green seems to be alright with the rest of our creatures. Like this is a great removal spell as well. We got the Golgari Gilded Gates to help with that splash a little bit. And this is great as well. This sort of it's a massive removal for all their creatures if they don't want to block. And then this one is only synergistic when we have a lot of creatures now, and we don't have a lot of creatures at all. Assassin's Trophy might be our other way to deal with all those things. Right, so let's just click done. This is the blue black. Just write the mirror here. So I wish we could. A feature should be done in here is to add multiple decks here out of the same pool. So if you want to like create different decks from your pool, then it'd be really cool to have that option, you know. Well, this is the first round, so one forest. We don't really need the forests because we have the black. Perhaps, but we might want to actually use that, so the forest might not be too bad. Oh, damn! There's a lot more green creatures. I just didn't have them selected. So let's actually let's look at this a little bit deeper here. So we put in this Golgari Goat Gates. Allowed to flourish only grabs a forest with a forest, so that's not that great. Assassin's Trophy, if we splash that. Wild Ceratok is fine. District Guide might be something we want to consider here. Sultai Shell seems to be a little bit stronger than the creature, but if we want to just play the Flyers game, we can actually put up defenders with like the Swallow of Mist and with Grappling Sundew. Because not really much of a fan of like all of these other cards here, so I'm going to cut that Leapfrog and put in that District Guide. This is alright. Sacrificing defenders to draw a card is pretty good, you know. If you have these defenders and then eventually they just stalling up the board and you have enough creatures, but like these creatures won't attack, then like what's the point of trying to so this will help you dig into the rest of your answers. as well. This is another great removal. So the green black actually looks really good. So I'm gonna not look at the blue anymore. We might not even want to play the blue because Doom Whisper is just great in both green black and blue black, and Howl Watching the Miss is great. Unfortunately, we don't have any payoffs in the in that area. District Guide helps us search for our lands. Veiled Shade might be some sort of our finisher here. Spinal Centipede. I feel like just like Grappling Sundew might be a little bit better here. Deadly Visit is fine. And then at this point we might actually want to, we have so much removal actually. It's ridiculous. We actually might want to have this Prey Upon to get our Death Touch creatures to be able to fight flyers, and then they can. So against the other control decks, they have flyers mostly. Dark Dissidence is a fair card. Just a 2/2, just normal bear, and then being able to pump it up later in the game is alright. This is a fine card. So is this Arboretum Elemental. Oh, jeez. We've got so much removal and so little bombs. We might just want to play this Arboretum over something else, you know. This might be okay. We'll see how it goes with this Etrata here. And so perhaps I'll cut this this Wall of Mist. Let's see our curve here. It's going to our curve is got a lot. Whoa! It actually says this some sort of cards that we do. Okay, so I'm going to. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna put this Wall of Mist out for this Vigorous Forward. No, for this Arboretum Elemental, just because it's going to be just an extra finish. So we have 1, 2, and sort of 3 or 4 finishers. This is like 4, probably a total of 4. You know, creatures 15, non-creatures 8. That's fine. The dead weight is going to be fine in a one match. You know, if it's in a best out of 3, then I would prefer to put dead weight in the sideboard and side it in against the more aggressive decks, and then leave it out for the more late game decks that have bigger creatures, and just use like cards like Prey Upon as removal or Crushing Canopy instead. This is just a 1/4 body, and I think I want to be a little bit more aggressive. So like just because a 3/2 and then I can just a 3/2 body is a little bit more affects the board a little bit more than a 1/4. The Prey Upon is I kind of want the Prey Upon, but yeah, I kind of want the Prey Upon as well, but it's a bit a little light on creatures now. Assassin's Trophy. I think Assassin's Trophy is just too good just to be able to like destroy any kind of problems that we're dealing with, and so we will just start off with that, having a great top end here. Just 5 creatures here, 3 creatures here, 1. Yeah, that's. I think this is fine here. All right, so we'll be underway with this, and let's get to the games. Okay, alright. So, currently waiting for the next opponent here. So we are facing off against Ashurma. So Seal is a 40 card deck, and so we play that. Okay, so we got every single color we need. This we can splash for that status statue if you want to. We got Doom Whisper in hand, and then Cross Swarm to these just top things off. So we'll keep this here. Like this, we're going first. So let's just start off with the Guild Gate just to keep things flowing smoothly. So we appear to be sort of a Golgari deck, just just from our hand, and then splashing a little bit blue for something else. So I think that's pretty much where we're at so far. The watch and the miss is just, oh, I've made a mistake. I don't have more than one green source in this deck. So we cannot cast this Arboretum Elemental at all. That is just... We've made a deck building error. We didn't count our lands first. Oh, I didn't at all. Well, we'll see if this Doom Whisper can carry us to the end game. See if they actually decide to attack us. I'm not going to waste this status because if they have a removal spell or any kind of pump spell, they can just kill this burglar rat. This is a trample, so there's no point in blocking it. I'm just going to lose my creature when I can use it. This rat with the 7th strand to destroy their creature. If we ever draw it. Okay, so I'm going to. Yes, Meg. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Be quiet. That's my roommate's cat. She's in here right now and whining and whatever. I'm not sure if I can deal with this 2/4 as well right now. So I'm just go ahead and play this combat, press attack, and let's not do anything for now. Next turn we can play our Doom Whisperer, so I'm definitely going to be using that statue on the Swiftblade Duplicator. So no blocks here. I'm just going to go ahead and play this right here. So if they want to use a trick or anything like that, then it's fine. Okay, no blockers here, because I wasn't planning on blocking anyways. So they spend their turn doing nothing, and so we'll bait out any kind of removal spell by playing this Crawl Swarm here. So at least we can use its ability to throw this Arboretum Elemental in the graveyard. So we'll go ahead and attack here, and we'll block Crawl Swarm as well, just so we can actually use this ability and just get this creature back. Ooh, Fresh Face Recruit. It's first strike as long as it's their turn. So we want them to play out their hand, but they're not. Does not seem like they're going to. So let's actually bait out whatever removal spell they want to do, because this is just going to come back right here. Yeah, so that's great. So luckily we get to just play our just play this out right here, and then we'll get in with that burglar rat as well, just because it's not their turn. So this Fresh Face Recruit does not have first strike. So we'll go to damage, and then we can actually pay life to Surveil as well. So it does not look like they have a Justice Strike, otherwise they would have played it, I believe. Dawn of Hope, interesting. So that's a really good card right there. So I'm going to put I do not know why they're attacking into my 6/6 flyer right here, and so I'm going to actually use just survey once just to see what's going on. So I don't really need the guild gate right now since I have the second island, so I'll put it in the graveyard, but the centipede will be great. So my turn as well. So land here, play this cross one. Let's actually tap some mana because we don't have any use for blue right now. So just go ahead and keep slamming into them. Damage right here, and then we will end the turn. So at this point, I believe that I'm going to block with at least double block one of them, just because they can first strike, but then they can only kill one of them. And then if it kills the Spinal Centipede, then obviously the Doom Whisperer will get the counter from it. Oh, interesting. So they're going to attack with both of them. So go ahead and block the one that's not pumped up right here, and that's only at sorcery speed. Yeah, that's only at sorcery speed. So they have to choose which one they want to kill, and then this one just make Doom Whisper stronger. So I'm going to put a stop on the end of turn as well, just so I can remember to return this to hand. But I do kind of want to spread the love, since the rat is not going to die. So just to make it a little bit tougher, I think that's the way to go. So damage as well. So it looks like they've lost a bit of velocity. Get it? Velocity. Anyways, so they should have played that pre-combat. Then that way, if I had chosen to block the other way, the district guide might have actually lived. So I'm going to discard this card right here, just because I can't cast it. I know this deck can't cast it. Ooh, Dead Weight is really good right here. So it's trying to make me tap like terribly right now. So we'll play this 4/1 out, this flyer. We'll also play this out on this creature because I do not want first strike anymore on their creatures. So let's go to combat and just jam in right here. So they could have been spending their mana as well on this Dawn of Hope, but it doesn't look like they have any creatures that have lifelink at the moment. So can't really draw cards from the Dawn of Hope. So it's sort of dead right now, and right now they shouldn't be attacking. And well, end combat. And so good game. And so we've won. We have won without not being able to cast our creatures. Alright, so we'll actually go back in and fix that right now. So great. So we'll cut down on the islands down to 2, just because we want to have at least 2. We also have 3 guild gates to cast our blue creatures and spells. So definitely go down a little bit on the swamps as well. And 4 forests. So we're only doing a little bit of splash. So 5. So we have 5 blue sources and 5 green sources as well. The rest of them are black sources, which is most of our spells anyway. So I think that's good balance right there. So let's try it like that. Let's actually look at the rest of our cards. So this is the white pool we have. This is fine. This is fine. I really don't like this 3/1, but it's a card that we have to have. A great removal spell with this Luminous Bonds right here. Another great one right here as well. This is fine. This is fine. Not really a fan of this Inspiring Unicorn, but if we were to play white, that might be something we have to play. So the white pool is not that great. We only have 1 of each here. The green, I don't think the gold Flower and Flourish Yeah, I don't think the green is enough to support that Selesnya. But let's see our red package right here. The red package looks nice. We have a great removal spell with Direct Current. Runaway Steam can actually be utilized off of the rest of these cards here. Maximize Velocity, same thing. You know, get the Steamkin out, play Maximize Velocity on other creatures or even itself. That's great, and then Arc like Phoenix as well. However, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 instants, very little sorceries, anything else like that. So it wouldn't be great. The red-white package, however, let's see. We have the velocities, that's great. Actually, these are sorceries, so Arc like Phoenix is a great card. Fine. Yep, and then Fire Urchin is great. And then the blue-red Leapfrog would be great in this as well. The Watcher in the Mist as well. Capture Sphere is a removal spell. Okay. And Piston Fist Cyclops, that's fine. Gobble Electromancer, yeah. Okay, I still think the Sultai Shell are the best cards, the best set of cards that we have, so we'll keep playing it. We're up to 1 win so far. I think I'll play 3 games total, and we'll see where that goes. I think I'll just stop for that. So we did some deck building, explain a little bit of how sealed works. We get 6 packs, and then we just build the best 40 decks out of that. Okay, so this is great. We just sort of got a little control shell. We can have Veiled Shade, stay back and block, especially when it can pump up a little bit. So we'll keep this, got all the necessary colors that we need. Going first, which is great as well. So it's like might be a spells deck. So we'll at least play this Passwall Adept out. It's fine. And so it says target creature. At first I thought that would be this creature itself can only be unblockable, and that's not a very good card, you know, 1/3 that can be unblockable, but only itself. But then it said target creature can't be blocked this turn. So we've got all sorts of removal spells right now, and it's great. Gateway Plaza is a phenomenal card. It's just a land that, although it makes you have to pay 1 whenever it enters the battlefield tapped, it taps for any mana that you want. So it's part of the there's like 4 more lands that do that exact same ability, and this is a gate though. That's the key here. This is what makes this card so powerful. It's just whenever you have any deck that builds around gate synergies, then this is a great gate to have. So it's just a Fire Urchin, so it can't kill any of our creatures at the moment, although this is a 1... I don't know if there's any 1 mana instance in this set though, that's the only thing. So if we need to, we can Capture Sphere it, but I'm going to just... if they decided block the Veiled Shade, then I'll go ahead and pump and kill it. They probably will block Passwall Adept though, so that's fine. We'll do the damage. I'm not spend any mana to pump the Veiled Shade, but instead I'll play this Final Centipede, so whenever it does attack and dies, it's only +1/+0, so this will kill this no matter what. The Tramp, however, is relevant. But if we block this, put this on the Passwall Adept. No, we'll put it on the Veiled Shade, just so the Veiled Shade has that a little bit more oomph whenever it attacks, and that risk being a 3/3 is it's a lot more threatening than a 2/2, just because there's a lot of things that, especially with the spells deck, the red deck has Direct Current, does 2 damage, and if you get the Veiled Shade onto 3. Okay, so this creature here cannot. I think this is a fine card. However, you need to have a lot of creatures in order to utilize this very well. Otherwise, it's just going to be a 3/3 body that you can just keep killing the other creature. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead main phase and capture sphere this onto the Fire Urchin, because it seems to be they're playing a blue-red spells deck, and then they're just playing some creatures like this that they have to play, and so this creature can't play alone. So basically we can use all of our removal spells and just kill the creature that's going to be attacking or blocking with it. And the bodyguard can't do anything. It's like the bodyguard needs someone to guard. Seems fun, right? Okay, so it's like they're deep in the think tank. What are they going to do? Direct current. Yeah, killing a Veilshade is important. So they've decided to spend the mana doing that. So I don't need to use Deadly Visit just yet. If they have a new visit in their pool, they just need one more blue source, so I'm going to go ahead and just attack with everything. It didn't really matter for me to just... and then I'm holding a Price of Fame, so that's going to be great as well. So we're basically just going to win off of being able to play all the removal spells that we got in our pool. So sometimes it's just that, like, you know, whenever you open up packs, that's just the random chance of luck that you'll get. And if you're playing against like this, it's just not really a fair matchup. I don't believe so. Scorpion, run! Deck current against this. So, I mean, that's not really great for them. I can just put it onto the Passwell Adept and make itself unblockable. I actually might want to add another blue source just because this is really good. This is a really good ability right there. So attack, end combat. So my turn. So I'm just going to attack with everything here and just play up the Crawl Swarm. And that's going to be fine. Ooh, do they have an Essence Scatter? Meg, what do you want to do? Disdainful Stroke. Oh, geez, that's pretty great. Some decks will actually play that card, you know. But I mean, I guess since it's the best of one, they have to anticipate that we have our bigger creatures. Okay, that might be a problem. Now I can freely attack with this Hard Poison because it has Death Touch, and they don't really want to just kill it or do it. But I'm not going to spend my mana like that. So I'm just going to bloody hell. I'm just going to spend this Deadly Visit on this. Kill it. Surveil 2. And oh, we want to have that. Yes, we want to have that. From your graveyard. See, this isn't as great as Rise from the Grave either, because this can only target creatures in your graveyard. Whereas Rise from the Grave would have been able to target this right here. And then I can just get 4 or 5 men instead of 8. Okay, this cat is really annoying. So let's leave the room. Combat here. So it has wee Dragonauts. Okay, so I'm about to go to attack. I think that just making one creature not able to block. Yes. And just attack in for the win. It's not really a good game. They didn't even get to hit me for once at all. So I mean, it just goes to show how if you've got all the removal, then you're just doing pretty well, you know. You just happen to just open a great set of cards, and then you just have just a few good pieces of removal just at key points in time, and then being to play your big creatures and just win the game from there. Alright, we'll just keep going. Oh wait, no, let's go. Add in that one extra island. I believe that will do the trick. Because we have 10 sources of swamps, and I believe that's going to be enough. Alright, let's try that. Hopefully it doesn't come to bite us in the ass. Okay, this is going to be the last game, and hopefully you guys are able to, get your open beta as well, and then start your sealed pools and get your collection going, and then start playing some Magic, some standard, and have some fun doing it, because almost all of this is free to play, I mean, I spent that $5, but I think it's an investment well worth it. Okay, this is not a keepable hand. At least we're going second, so we can get that redraw, or that draw, so we can get into that second source of mana. So we're mulliganing here. We're playing 17 lands, so it shouldn't be. So we hit a green source, we should be good to go. View battlefield. Okay, so we at least have a 1-drop. This removal is fine. I think we want the dead weight, just to hedge against any like early aggressive creatures. That's going to be okay. So not aggressive. So at least we can play out this hard poison and get a few points of damage before it dies. Okay, blue black. So unfortunately we hedged wrong. Burglar rats. Oh. This is a hard choice. But I think dead weight's the way to go. I want to hit that green mana and then be able to get some more mana as well. Yeah, dead weight. I mean, this is where they want to trade. They want to trade a 1/1 for a 1/1 that can kill any of their bigger creatures. So there should be no thought about this, because this burglar rat's just there to make you discard a card and be a chump blocker. So I mean, maybe I shouldn't have attacked. Maybe I should have just kept it back. And just wait for them to have big creatures and stuff like that. But they could have 7 strands, and that's something that we are playing as well. Okay, that's going to be a problem in the late game. And that's just draining us for 1 every single time they surveil, and blue black surveils a lot. And we're stuck on lands here. Alright, so this is not going to be a fun game for us at all. They're going to get play magic and we won't. And so let's just let's watch. We'll hit pass turn, and so be careful when you're actually playing when it's on your turn. If the opponent passes the turn and you want to have some extra tricks up your sleeve during combat, you want to be able to put on full control and make sure you get in that trick that you want to, because sometimes it may not let you in the arena because the opponent passed the turn, so it's going to skip through all the priority checks, and then you're going to miss your opportunity to get in that extra bit of damage. It happened to me and I lost the game because of that once, or a few times probably. However, this is unfortunate. 17 lands in our deck, and we cannot draw another one for the life of us. And they are going to think. I don't know what they think about. Dead weight would have been nice. Yet not another land for us. It seems they've missed their land drop as well, but at least they have creatures on the boards. You know, that's good for them, but not good for us at all. Yeah, so we're just taking another 5 damage right here. Oh, great. It says power 2 or less. So if we actually steal the Whispering Snitch, that would be great. However, we can't really do anything. Watching the Mist, great. So I think because we have so many removal spells, I'm just going to discard this Deadly Visit. And we can always get back a creature if we get to that 5 mana. Yeah. If we get a 3rd mana, it's probably going to be a gate that we draw. And yeah, it's going to be a gate that we draw next turn as well. And it's going to lose us the game. And then, I mean, all they have to do is... There's, like, in Arena, there's not really a point in not playing things out. Just because that you're not going to be playing the opponent the same... if you're not playing a best of 3, your opponent is not going to care about what you have in your deck or not, because they're not going to play you again, most likely. Oh, great. Great. So, if... I think that was... we have the Whisper Agent. I mean, they have to surveil and... Okay. Interesting. Well then, this might be their mistake. I'm going to save this right here as a... I'm not going to attack, and so I can flash in the Whisper Agent at the end of their turn, so or during the combat, so they can block the Password Adepts if they choose to. Oh man, I'm not really understanding how they're playing right now. That conniving the Child of Night, it would be great, I think. They should have attacked last turn and they would have won the game. Flashing this Whisper Agent. I am going to steal Resolve. Trot of the Silence. I think that's great. Okay, so our choice here is to play 2 creatures, although they can make something unblockable, or to kill a creature, or to steal a creature. I really feel like stealing the Password Adept is the way to go, just so they cannot kill us. And I think we have to do that. Yes, so connive. So we have to connive and steal the Password Adept so they cannot send in creatures unblockable to attack us. They have the Saintful Stroke. Okay. Anyway, so we have to stay on the defense. We cannot attack. Otherwise, we're going to leave ourselves open. If only we had that status and statue, that would be great. Be able to pump up our creatures out of kill range from their creatures. And then next turn, if we don't draw land, we can just play the our passport adept and another centipede. If only we had the guild summit, we have four gates to make it pay off. You know, I think at least minimum of 5, and then we have another land here. Draw the silence. Gonna be great here. However, we need them to play a legendary creature. Price of Fame costs 2 less. It's a destroy target creature, but it costs 2 less if it targets a legendary creature. So this is highlighting 2 because I can actually just kill my own Etrata. And looks like that's another creature that we can use. We can attack with this Etrata and then exile this with hit counter on it. Oh, and they're not going to attack. So unfortunately, this one blue sorceress is killing us terribly. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Etrata since it can't be blocked. Damage comes in. This effect goes. Select this creature and exile it. It has a hit counter on it. 1 hit counter done. Now here is an interesting conundrum right here. I think I'm going to just play my Password Adept and leave up Price of Fame. No, I can just play out the rest of my stuff and kill something. I'd rather kill their Child of Night. Because I don't want them gaining more life back. I mean, the centipede will, if it dies, it has value added to it. So if they decide to block, I can I do have the Price of Fame to kill it. So I mean, I think the next turn I'm sort of in the clear, and I can start attacking. Because if I start attacking with my Spinal Centipede, I can actually buff up some of my other creatures to stay out of range. Uh-oh. That is actually a problem. Ooh, another Etrata. But I've got to save this Price of Fame for that jump start, maximize altitude. So, we'll go ahead and go to combat here. Swing in with this. So they don't need to block. So I'm ending the turn. If I had a second. Well, good game. I could have taken the Child of Night and get that second. Going to just play this. I'm taking it down with me. There's a second blue source right there. Target creature he controls. Oh jeez. Oh man. We were just almost out of it. Almost out of range. If only we had left the Price of Fame up, that would have been great. Alright. And I believe that was game 3. So, I will see you guys next time. I don't think you'll be able to. I'll be recording the rest of this sealed events or whatever. And so you'll just, whenever the next time you see me, you'll just be we'll just be opening up those packs that we've won from this event. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.